Hey, what's up, my YouTube fam? I'm back. I know it's been a long time since I've done any kind of videos, credit videos, investment videos. It's just really been a lot going on, trying to rearrange some things and, had a lot of things on the plate. Had a very good year investing, took some time off. Some people that know went out and bought a car that I like. And this was reorganizing, clients' bases was growing. So it kind of took a little bit of time away from me trying to figure out a lot of different things investment wise, where we want to continue to grow investment. So it's been a lot of things that have been changing and are going to continue to change. And I will definitely keep you updated on everything that's moving forward. But hey, I'm glad to be back. Definitely going to get back on these videos and helping people out, helping my clients out, helping people out here watching my videos that want to improve their credit and get back on track. Credit is everything. I could not stress it enough. By you not taking care of your credit or ignoring your credit. So many people just ignore it. They know it looks bad. They just don't want to look at it. Worst mistake you ever make. It doesn't make a difference on how much you make. At some point, at some time, you're going to need some type of credit. And as if you're noticing the movement of our society and finances and money, definitely credit is something that you definitely want to make sure that you have a good credit profile, just so it doesn't hold you back, right? It could also hold your kids back, trying to send them off to college. You're trying to help them get a student loan. All those type of things is definitely important, and it will keep you in poverty. I show this over clients over and over. I've helped clients improve their credit and they're not making much more than they made before, but always have much more money in the bank, much more to spend, able to do the things they want to do, go out and buy the certain cars they really would like to buy, not going to these pay here dealers, pay now, pay here, no credit, we'll get you in, where they're just killing you on interest rates and just, sucking every little bitty penny out of you, for their own benefit, right? So you want to take advantage of getting the best deals, getting everything you need to do. So I preach this all the time, it's definitely, from my own experience, it definitely has changed my life and put me in such a much better financial. And once I learned credit and understand money, it just broadened me to do other things that help, to improve my financial health. And now I'm here trying to help you and understand the importance of it, so we definitely want to continue to say it is definitely important. So what I'm getting ready to do moving forward, I'm definitely going to have a series of disputes, factual disputing, and why you should be disputing certain areas and why they're most important to dispute. You read the thumbnail. We're going to be talking about DLA. What is DLA? Is date of last activity. It is a very critical point where a lot of collection companies and creditors play with to alter certain things that make your account inaccurate just based on the information that is sitting in there. And when you don't understand what the date of last activity is, you will miss this dispute reason. And it's a key dispute reason. And we're going to go over all of that, right? So now please subscribe to the channel. Please hit the thumbs up. Please, this channel is all about helping people. Excuse me. It's all about helping people and moving forward and growing your credit, right? So it's all about showing you how to build your credit, showing you how to remove negative items, being honest about credit repair. This channel is being honest about actual credit repair and being honest. Not just tell you to send this simple dispute letter and it's going to come off. It's not right. A lot of people shouldn't be doing that, but it is what it is. But you got to have people like me that's going to be out here giving you honest credit repair solutions and reasons and why you should do things a certain way, right? I'm not going to just tell you how to remove. I'm going to tell you, listen, some things are not going to get removed, but that's okay. but we still need to overshadow the negative with positive. Build some stronger positive. That stuff will eventually come off your credit report, and you eventually have the credit report that you want and need. The credit score is not the do all be all. A lot of people, especially in our industry, would try to stress credit scores. Credit scores is a part of an approval process. It is not the total approval process. I've had people with 700 scores get denied, and people under 700 get approved for the same thing. It is a whole scope, and it's a lot of different factors that play into you getting approved for something. So don't get caught up on just your score. And I preach that all the time. Get caught up in what does your credit profile looks like, right? So that's what you want to focus on. The score will take care of itself. So continue to understand that. Do not get caught up. Again, do not get caught up in your credit score. Look at your credit, your profile, your credit profile. Be honest about it. Look and see, how can I improve it to make it look stronger? So, but that's a whole nother video. We're not going to get in that video. We're going to get back on this series. I'm going to do a series and start putting videos out for dispute reasons. And the first one I definitely want to talk about that a lot of people miss is date of last activity. We're going to talk about what is the date of last activity. We're going to talk about how collection companies and creditors play with that date that will make that account inaccurate. We're going to talk about what does the date of last activity control. We're going to talk about how does it hurt your credit. We're going to talk about a lot of different things. So if you see me look down, just because I wrote down notes, I don't want to miss anything. I want to make sure you're getting all the accurate information, because when you put your dispute letters together, I want you to put them together right. I'm a big believer in don't dispute 100 different things. Some people will tell you, you can dispute all that. You know what? I don't want to give the credit bureaus no reason to try to act like I confused them on what my real dispute reason is, right? So be careful on how many dispute reasons you do. You find a solid dispute reason, just dispute it. The next time you send something in, dispute the next thing. Keep disputing, right? But you don't want to just overwhelm the credit bureaus and leave it in their hands to pick whatever, because they're probably whoever's processing is only going to put one dispute code in. They're not going to put 100 or 50 dispute codes or 10 dispute codes in that you're trying to dispute this. And if you notice, when you get your report back, it just says this account has been verified, it's accurate. It doesn't say what they actually disputed, right? It just says this account has been verified as accurate. It doesn't say we verified that the data last activity is accurate. We verified that the balance is accurate. They may verify one of those items, but they're not going to verify every single item. So be careful. Now, if they're kind of linked together, and I'm going to give you some reasons when we talk about date of last activity. If they're kind of linked together, then yes. Because then now you can show that there's an inaccuracy in the reporting, because these two dates are, these two items are linked together. And if they're not coinciding, then this count is inaccurate. So let's get into it. Like I said, I got my notes. So if you see me look down, I'm looking at my notes and going over, because I don't want to miss anything. So the first thing we're going to talk about is what is a DLA, date of last activity. So date of last activity is listed on the client's credit report. It's updated when one of three things happen. This is a key. Write this down, because when you're looking at the date of last activity, there is certain reasons why this date should move, right? And a lot of people miss this. So hit thumbs up on this video, right? Share this video. This is a very powerful dispute reason, right? So go through the whole video, right? Because you're going to miss something if you don't, because there's a lot of different reasons why this thing move, or how they play with you, and little things that they're doing wrong. And we're going to talk about it. So 3 reasons why this date should move. The consumer makes a payment, right? So when when you have an original creditor and you make a payment, that date would change, because that was the last activity date that you made a payment on that account, along with, so we're going to get into along with date of last payment. This is when those dates, and they should be coincided because that's the last activity date. You made a payment, right? Which changed the date of last payment. Plus, that was the last active date that caused the DLA to move, right? They should be the same, right? On that credit report. And there's another date we're going to talk about. This should be the same on certain accounts, right? The next one is the consumer missed a payment. The DLA should move. So if you missed a payment, right, that was the date you missed, right? That date will move. Now, if you missed a payment and you didn't make a payment, now those dates will be different because one is saying that this was the last time you made a payment, but this date is the last time this is when you missed the last payment, which caused it to move, right? And then the next one, if the balance of the account increased, and we're going to talk about how collection companies and some companies move this date based on that because they're doing some things illegal. And we're going to talk about that. The next thing is who controls the date of last activity? So the date of last of activity is controlled by the original creditor, the collection company, and it is so moved by the credit bureau. So, however, and I wrote this note down, however, creditors and the debt collectors are responsible for reporting information to the bureaus that will let them update the DLA. So in all actuality, the original creditor and the collection name gives the credit bureaus the information on these DLA, date of last activity, for it to move. So when those dates ain't right, it's not because the credit bureaus on their own moved it. It is based on the information that the collection company, original creditor, gave to the credit bureaus for them to move that date. All right. Make a note of that. Right. Can a debt collector hurt you with the DLA? Right. Important. Pay attention to this. Some debt collectors have been known. Again, some debt collectors have been known to make regular changes to clients' accounts, which trigger balance increases to send to the credit bureaus and change the date of last activity. This hurts the client's credit report. The bureaus may do this to intimidate consumers in the hopes of pressuring them to pay. You get that? That's why the date of last activity is so important, right? Pay attention. And I'm going to read over this again. Some debt collectors have been known to make regular changes to clients' accounts, which trigger balance increases to send to the bureaus it to change the date of last activity. This can hurt the client's credit report. The credit bureaus may do this to intimidate, right, a consumer in the hopes of pressuring them to pay the account, right? That's why it's so important to understand, right, why these dates should move and the only reasons these dates should move. And when you understand that, you'll pay attention to the date of last activity to know that they're doing some things that are wrong. Now, again, we're going to talk about certain scenarios toward the end of things that you probably not even noticing that they're doing that is wrong, which is reporting inaccurate, which it may be your ability to dispute and get this definitely removed off your credit report. All right. So the next thing we're going to talk about is how can you help a client with the DLA? How can certain things you can do? So when combining through your clients, right? We're going to talk about you when you are looking at your credit report, right? There's pay special attention to the DLA. Make sure that the DLA reflects the actual date of a payment was made, missed, or a balance increased. If not, begin a basic dispute process, right? I'm going to give you another scenario. A collection company gets that account, right? That date of last activity and when they got that count should be the same. So when they receive that count on the open date, so remember on a collection count, the open date is when they receive that account in their office, right? Now, they're going to report that account to the credit bureaus because they're in possession of it, right? That date of last activity should be aligned when they receive that account. And I know it doesn't say it on one of the three reasons, but the day they received that account and the date of last activity, because they reported it to the credit bureau, should be the same, right? There shouldn't be like they received the account 5/1/2020 and the date of last activity is 4/1/2019. That's wrong. It's inaccurate. It shouldn't be the same. So I didn't put that in one of the four reasons, but it is one of the things you need to be looking for, especially with collection accounts. So that data, that open date and date of last activity, especially if you have not made a payment, the balances has increased, right? And you haven't missed a payment on collection accounts, unless you made a payment, then that date wouldn't move, right? So pay attention to that. I'm hoping you're taking notes down or watching this video again if you missed anything, right? So can a DLA affect, items, right, when they eventually fall off your credit report? No. Let's get that out the way. No, it ain't affect, right? The date of last delinquency is your purge date. Now, your date of last activity can affect the purge date, right? And we'll talk about that too. But your date of last activity is actually when that account is going to fall off. So you should always, especially with an account, a negative account, because some people, if you're, say you got 6 months before it fall off, the account's $1,500, you may say, look, I'm honestly, I'm not going to pay that $1,500. It's going to fall off in 6 months. The date of last activity is, 7 years. It could be 7 years and 3 months, or 7 years, 6 months if you include the 180 days of delinquency before they actually charged off account and stuff like that. We can talk about it's a little bit other things we can talk about in another video, but it could take up to 7 years, 6 months for it to fall off, and you may be at a point it's like, it's not worth for me to do it. I don't even plan on making any major purchases in the next 7 months. So let's just let that ride. And once that does, it becomes a zombie account, which they can't do anything, which depending on your state, and the statutory limitations, all that stuff varies. So, and again, that's another video we could talk about. So another thing, contrary to popular belief, the DLA has nothing to do with an item being deleted. We talk about that. Making payments on a past due account does not change the first delinquency date, right? So let me reiterate that, because a lot of people try to give you a lot of bad information, right? Making payments on a past due account does not change the date of first delinquency and does not reset the clock. So unless the item is about to fall off the credit report, it always pay to catch up on a late payment to being a past due payment, a past due account current, right? So sometimes, man, reading my notes sometimes, woo. But anyway, making payments on a past due account does not change the first delinquency and does not reset the clock. A lot of people try to tell you that you made a payment, it's going to reset the clock. That's not true. Unless the item is about to fall off the report, it always pays to catch up on a late payment to bring a past due account current. Right. So I talk to people, and definitely when I'm looking at their credit report and I see, they owe a balance and they have a past due balance, I'm telling them, first, you got like 3 whammies going on. Now your account is a derogatory account. You have a balance, and it's a past due balance. And they're not understanding why their scores are dipping. And I tell them, let's clear this up. Let's get out of this past due balance. And then next they know, they look at their credit report the next month and they scored and went up 20 points. And they're like, oh my gosh, my score. I say, yeah, because now you're clearing all these past due balances off. It is even worse to carry, a past due balance. I stress this all the time. Like people be like, you're not paying attention. Those past due balances are definitely hurting you. Collection accounts are deleted 7 years from the date of first delinquency of the original account. So even though you catch a collection account comes to your credit report, right? And it's got an open date, right, of say 1/1/2021, right? But this count was put on in 1/1/2014, right? That account is gonna fall off your credit, regardless what the credit bureaus, right? The collection agencies have put on the open date. It still goes to the first delinquency date. So that 7 years stays in effect, even though the collection company didn't pick that account up till 1/1/2018. The first delinquency count was still in 1/1/2014. Doesn't change the first delinquency date, right? So so that collection account still only has, 3 years to try to collect on this debt, right? And then that's why they use your credit report. So let's get into that. That's why they use your credit report. So in the state of California, you know, the statutory limitations is 4 years. So if that account is 4 years old, right, they can't sue you. So in your affidavits or what's name, I always put, you can't force collection on me, right? You cannot force collection on me. It is outside the statutory limitations in the state of California to force collection, meaning you can't sue me for this account, right? So, but I understand you're trying to use my credit report to force me to pay you, right? So that's why you need to be looking at all these different areas when these collection accounts report on your credit report. And that's why it's so time for me. It's very I get collection accounts removed all the time just because they're trying to extend the time that they can report this on your credit report to try to force you to pay it, right? So so you got to understand all the tricks that they're trying to do, right? So with those collection accounts, just understand after whatever your state you're in, some states it's 6 years, some states it's 5 years, I'm not sure. I think it's one state on the East Coast, it's like 8 years, right? So long as you understand that, right, you can make better decisions on how you want to approach improving your credit and getting these negative items off your credit report. So let's talk about some other areas you need to look at with collection accounts. First, we're going to talk with medical debt, right? There's some collection companies that are applying interest on a medical debt, right? Applying interest on a medical debt, right? Which triggers your date of last activity. Because now when they applied interest to your medical debt, they just raised the price of the balance, right? Which triggers the date of last activity date, which is wrong. So for medical debts, the reason they cannot do this because interest is not a part of the original bill or the original contract. When you went into the doctor's office, you didn't sign anything that had interest on it, right? Just say you are going to pay interest on this bill. So collection companies try to be smart about this, right? And you're not very educated, right, about the date of last activity. So you're not paying attention. You're like, well, why they keep raising the balance on this? But you're not understanding you can dispute that and catch them, right? And make it so powerful is that they're doing this illegally, right? So now you have proof. You have your credit report. You have the original bill that they sent you saying you owe the bill for this debt is this amount and interest is charged on this. So they sent you a bill also that gives you proof, right? So now you got your credit report, you got your bill, you got your credit report, you got the bill that they sent you. So now you got proof that they're illegal. You should be able to, without a problem, getting that off. You know, I've had a client that had that. Like, I'm like, they can't charge that. They can't charge you interest on a medical debt. And I'm gonna read you a little something. In most cases, debt collectors should not be able to charge interest on a medical bill. Medical bills usually doesn't have any interest rates attached to the original contract. Thus, a collector cannot apply interest charge because it typically is not a part of the original contract. So if you have a medical bill or medical collection and it's, $1,000, and then you're looking at your credit report and it says $1,500, right? They just charged me $300, and then on top of that, they got the high credit is $1,200, which is the original amount. All out of whack, disputable. Get it off. And if they don't want to get it off, me personally, yeah, I'm gonna get me a consumer lawyer, because now you're damaging my credit report illegally, and I am going to countersue you for doing it. This is me. I'm not a lawyer. I'm not telling you what to do. I'm just telling you what I would do in these scenarios, because I'm not going to play with y'all. Y'all playing with me, but I'm not going to play with y'all, right? So there's a lot of different things you should be paying attention to, right? If you have a debt and a collection company and it's your original contract has nothing to do with interest, and they're trying to charge you interest to make a little bit more money on you, for them putting it, no, wrong answer. You can't do that. No, sir. We're not even going to play that game, right? So you can get them. That's why it's so important. Like when I tell people, dispute your stuff, see what they got on you, see what information they have. Get that information, right? Because they may be sending you information that will give you more leverage against them on getting things removed off your credit report. So it's very, very, very important that you do this. So I went over like the data last activity just to kind of go over, how important it is. Just remember, there are three things that move this date, right? There's the consumer makes a payment, consumer misses a payment, or the balance increases, right? Just understand the DLA is used to include purge dates, right? But it is not what actually the date of last activity is really the date that actually removes it from your credit report. Understand this date of last activity can hurt you, and collections use this to try to, and the credit bureaus use this to try to intimidate you into paying these debts, right? So understand what this DLA is all about, right? So we're going to be doing more videos on dispute reasons. This is just going to be a series, and I'm going to be starting putting more and more videos out. About to get back on my video grind. I'm about to get back on my investment grind. I had a very good year last year. Bought the car I really wanted to buy. Just like to play in it, so so I think I bought for all y'all, I bought a C63S AMG, and I done already had it wrapped, rims, tuned, all kind of little things to it to make it a fun car to drive, right? So invest and get back on investing. I am gonna do a $1,000 to $25,000 challenge. So I am gonna start doing that and get back on my investment strategies and coming you with more videos. So this channel is really, and the reason I do investment videos and credit, because they're all linked, right? Improve your credit, you got more money, invest your money, grow your wealth. There's plenty out here for all of us. Don't be scared to step in an area that you're uncomfortable with, because you'll become comfortable with it. And it's all about, man, just helping each other, man, reach that point where, we're not stressed about paying our bills. If we want to go somewhere, do something, our kids need help, we're able to, no problem. I got you, so I appreciate y'all hanging out with me, You know, this is Larry with Invest and Build Your Credit and Wealth. I don't know if I said that in the beginning because I mean got out of whack on these videos, but uh, please subscribe to the channel, right? Please, this is all about channel giving you true and honest credit tips and credit information to help you not having to go through all these people giving you stuff and then you're frustrated because you don't think it works because they're not giving you right information, right? So this channel is all about giving you the real deal, right? For real, for real. So share the channel, right? Subscribe to the channel. I appreciate y'all hanging out with me. You know my saying, I'm back. I'm back and I'm coming harder than ever before with all this information. Again, I do have a master dispute package. It is filled. It has a total of 54 items in it. I'm going to do a video just covering this master dispute package, things I've done, affidavits, anything you need to do to try to help you improve your credit, different strategies, different things. It is all in my master dispute package. A lot of information, man. I people email me about it saying they'd be like, dang, it's a lot of information. It's a lot of good information. It is not a lot of bogus, generic stuff that you get. You know, my affidavits are 2 pages long, settlement letter, restrictive endorsement letters to get you to get, hey, you can't get it off the collection account by disputing. Yeah, well, we're going to do a contract between me and you to get this thing off my credit report because I'm trying to buy a house. I'm trying to buy a car and I need to get this negative item off my credit report. All type of stuff, how to freeze. I mean, they have manuals in it, you know, if you know, for people that are real credit repair, people that do actual disputing, understand about Metro 2, it's got the credit resource guide in it. It's got so much information, right? And all of this is in there. And I sell all of it because I keep it real with y'all. It's all in there, you know, for $69, all of it, $69.99. It's all of it in there. I'm definitely getting it added to my website where you can go on there and just purchase it and it'll send you that whole file like a book, right, with all the information in it. And I'm transparent. So even when you get this, you know, and people that follow me and people that reached out to tell you, I'm reachable. I'm not the guy that don't answer your emails, don't pick up the phone, don't call you, all that. You send me an email and it's all in the description and you have a question, I'm gonna reach out to you. I'm gonna talk to you because I want to truly help you. Man, it's not, you know, yes, you want to get views. Yes, you want more subscribers. But ultimately, I want to help you. So how can I do that if I don't even take the time when you send me a message to reply, talk to you, email you, all of that? It may not be right then because I get so many, but I promise you I'm going to get back to you because I do check my messages. I'm always checking my emails. So dispute packages in there and it'll be in the description. Right now it's not on I'm still working to get it on my website. But if you want it, shoot me an email. We'll have a conversation. If you have any questions about it, you want to have a phone call, you want to talk to me about credit repair, any of that, I am the real deal. I'm the one that's going to keep it real with you and tell you, hey, and have a conversation with you, a live conversation to build your confidence. And if you want me to fix your stuff, I'm up there helping you do that too, right? So, and I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm not gonna tell you I can get something off when I can't. And anybody that's dealt with me will tell you that. Nah, I'm gonna keep it real with you, right? And that's why I get all these people that deal with these other people, been working with them for a year and all that, and their credit report hasn't got much better than it was when they started with them, right? Because they feeding them a bunch of nonsense. But I'm not gonna do that to you. I promise you, I'm not gonna do that. If my name ain't Larry Coleman, right? I would not do that to you. I'm gonna keep it real with you because trust, honesty is a big thing. Retired vet, integrity means a lot to me. You know, confidence means a lot to me. So when I bring it to you, I'm gonna bring it to you that way. But we ain't gonna get too long. I ain't been on now, so I'm getting a little chatty, but I really appreciate y'all hanging out with me. You have any questions about, you know, your data last activity, shoot me a message, email me. It's all in the description, right? I appreciate y'all. Thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, leave me a comment, like, all of those type of things. And I really appreciate everything that y'all do. Let's get this credit. Let's invest to 1 million. Let's get this money. It is out here for us to get. And let's get it. And I'll talk to you later. I appreciate y'all.